we're still trying to get into a groove of making sure we understand what the delivery schedule is going to look like.
Right now on Up with KREM, today thousands of COVID-19 vaccine doses are set to arrive at the Spokane Arena. And this morning, how Chaz Health is working to improve the mass vaccination site.
Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow. Does that mean more winter for us? I'm going to break it down for you.
A new bill is floating through Washington's Congress this morning. Why kayakers are paddling against the measure.
Many of the people who need the vaccine most are lacking some of the skills they need to sign up.
We've got a group of people that are older, and we're expecting them to use the internet basically blindly.
Today, we'll tell you more about the change the state is making to help.
Up with KREM starts right now with Jen York, Joshua Robinson, Jeremy Legoo, and Dana Marie McNichol.
Me. 6 more weeks of winter there will be.
Punxsutawney doesn't look excited to be held up in the snow like that.
No.
But anyway, happy Tuesday, happy Groundhog Day. Punxsutawney Phil stepped out this morning to give his prediction.
Yeah, he says we've got more winter coming, and you're right, Jen. He just looked like he did not want to be on that stage after making that prediction. Now, I wonder if that's how Jeremy feels after he makes predictions that we're not huge fans of. Do you just want to get off the screen, Jeremy?
Very appropriate.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones where every time I'm like, all right, here comes a forecast we're not going to like. I'm like, man, people are probably just like, I don't like that guy. But I'm just telling you how it's going to be.
You just want to crawl back in your hole for 6 more weeks?
Yeah, can I just go every morning? What are you talking about, 6 more weeks? I'm like, is it time for bed yet? No, I'm kidding. It's a great morning, and even though I'm standing out here, it's a bit breezy and I've got some sprinkles coming down. It's not all that bad. I'm hanging out and I'm going, it feels mild. Definitely some light sprinkles. They're kind of the ones that look almost like snowflakes, but I promise you they're not, because 43 degrees. How are they going to be snowflakes when it's 43 degrees outside? And I know a lot of you, see, this is where I want to walk off the screen, because I'm going 43 degrees. I say, oh, 43 degrees, it's so warm and nice. And someone emails and says, it's supposed to be winter. And then I say, oh, 43 degrees, it's supposed to be winter. And someone emails and says, I love it. And so I'm just doing what I can. I'm just telling you how it is. And with temperatures trending in the 40s for everyone, you're going to be hard pressed to find snow in the forecast for at least the next few days. We have a small chance later on this week, but I don't think it's good. In fact, I haven't even talked about it. It's such a small chance. But wind out of the south this morning is what is keeping our temperatures nice and mild. This mild weather kind of sticks around for the next couple of hours. And as we head into the later hours of the day, we'll see temperatures bump back up. But for now, it's a couple of stray scattered showers. I think those kind of sprinkles and scattered showers continue for us through the next few hours, and then we'll eventually clear out as we get into the afternoon. We'll see those showers kind of work their way out to the east. That opens the door for a little sunshine later today. I think we could see it, but temperature is going to trend a bit cooler than where they were yesterday afternoon. I think this is a great depiction of it. We already hit 50 degrees early on this morning. Temperatures will continue to slide. Sun comes up. It tries to warm us, but by then the cold front's kind of doing its thing, and we struggle to stay in the mid 40s. And coming up, we do have to talk that extended forecast. I'm going to devote a lot of my main forecast to talking about it, because everybody wants to know, is the groundhog right? Short answer, never. Long answer, we'll dive into it. He might be onto something this year.
We'll see you back inside for that full forecast, Jeremy, as it is 6:03 now on your Tuesday morning. Today, the Spokane mass vaccination site is expecting 4,000 Moderna vaccine doses to arrive. And this comes as appointments for the vaccine have quickly filled up once again this week.
Yeah, so right now all 2,500 appointments are taken. So last night it only took actually 1 hour to fill every slot. Now those with an appointment will be vaccinated between Thursday and Sunday. Last week, Chaz gave out more than 3,700 vaccines. That was in week 1 of that vaccination clinic. And Chaz leaders say the website actually overbooked the arena by 700. So they borrowed doses from other providers in town to make sure anyone who had an appointment got the vaccine. Now, once Chaz receives its next shipment of doses, it will give back to some of those other providers.
We've been working with a third-party vendor on creating additional server capacity on the back end. They also have been working on a queuing system that puts people in place.
So grab a pen and paper here. If you do not have access to the internet or you need to book an appointment by phone, you can call this number that you see here on your screen. That is 509-444-8200. That is a new phone number for Chaz. People can call that to book a vaccine appointment. Now, this is actually meant to replace signing up online. Leaders, though, ask patients who have the ability to book online to do that. Leave this phone number open for those who really need it.
Meanwhile, the Spokane Veterans Affairs Hospital outlined its plans to get veterans vaccinated against COVID-19. Nicole Hernandez joins us live this morning with the latest. And Nicole, tell us more about how this will affect the more than 28,000 veterans that are enrolled at this clinic.
Yeah, Joshua, so veterans that are a part of the VA hospital behind me should be expecting this. It's actually a phone call from the VA hospital about the vaccine. So the medical center is planning on calling each of their veterans as they become eligible for the vaccine. That means when you get the phone call will depend on how old you are or how at risk you are. But once they do call, they'll set up the appointments for both parts of the vaccine. The hospital said patients should expect the appointment to take 30 minutes. Now, if you are a veteran wondering when you will get the call, you can call this number on your screen. It's 509-434-7979. That will connect you to a hotline that will explain what group of veterans is being scheduled that week. And then, hey, once you actually get that appointment, that's where the fun begins, right? You come on down here, and then you should expect that 30-minute window for the vaccine. You'll have to be screened when you get here. You will go over some important documents, get the vaccine, and then go through that waiting period to make sure you don't have any adverse symptoms to the vaccine. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
All right, let's get to your morning rush now, as more people are also eligible to get the coronavirus vaccine in Idaho.
People 65 and older can now book appointments to get the vaccine. Now, for Kootenai County residents, appointments at Kootenai Health are full, but it does plan to release appointments tomorrow at 4 p.m. This week, they are expected to open about 1,000 appointments. That, of course, though, depends on the vaccine supply. And it's worth mentioning again, Kootenai Health is for Kootenai County residents only. Now, also this week, the Panhandle Health District is expected to receive 3,800 vaccine doses. Those doses will be spread out evenly across Kootenai, Bonner, Benewah, Boundary, and Shoshone counties based on the population.
Now, information on where to find vaccine clinics can be found at this website. Take a look at your screen right now. As you can see, panhandlehealth.org, which is where you'll find that latest information. Also worth noting, there will be no walk-up clinics. It'll be by appointment only. If you have any further questions, you can call the Panhandle Health District hotline. That number also on your screen right now.
Of course, we know this information is constantly changing. So for the latest information, text vaccine to 509-448-2000. You can also find that information on KREM.com and the KREM 2 mobile app.
Well, taking a look at what's trending this morning, we all know Phil is the star of Groundhog Day. But did you know some local groundhog forecasters live in Pend Oreille County? Well, Snowy and Flurry, these two adorable prairie dogs, are predicting the end of winter every year. So we talked with their owner, Bob Lutz, yesterday. He says the pair are right about the forecast 50% of the time. They have not had an excellent ranking forecast since 2017, but last year they did see their shadow and they were a little more accurate than the years past. When the sun comes up, we'll find out their 2021 forecast. So here's a look at Snowy and Flurry getting ready for their big day. Their owner says they only need about 2 baths a year. I don't know how happy they look about those 2 baths. Oh, they're not fans, but the owner says it definitely keeps them healthy and their fur looking fabulous throughout the year. He's ready to jump out of that sink there. Bob told us their family used to have a groundhog, but he explained their hibernation patterns make them very difficult pets. According to the family's website, Shadow was an offspring of the famous Punxsutawney Phil. He was given to the family by Dealey, the president and caretaker of the famous groundhog. Shadow passed away in 1999, but his family now raises prairie dogs who have been forecasting since 2011. They are so cute.
I would like to just put a little note in here. Those two are actually more accurate than Punxsutawney Phil.
Really?
Just saying, trust your local
that?
forecaster.
Huh.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the sink baths. Maybe that's what does it.
Could be. You know,
I don't
maybe
know.
it's the prairie dog versus groundhog. Who knows?
I think that's the debate that we need to do a little bit more research on, Jeremy.
Yeah,
I love prairie dogs. They're so cute.
These little faces.
Dana Marie, you could get a prairie dog pet of your very own.
Could I really?
Yeah, let's go out to a field and then we'll chase one down.
Here's the thing, Jeremy. When I started my freshman year at Gonzaga, they are everywhere around the river, and you know, or prairie dogs, marmots, whatever. And I fell in love with them. So if I could take one and put one in my dorm room at Gonzaga, I think my roommate would have loved that.
Coming up, the story of Dana Marie getting her pet prairie dog. Wow, that's a difficult one to say.
Can we please just video you two running around looking for the prairie? Please, that has to be part of that story. I want to see
Okay,
that.
Jeremy,
for
after
sure.
the show.
For sure, one of us is going to have to get a rabies shot.
I'm going to have to babysit all of you. I don't know what's happening today. I want everyone to be okay. But I would love to see all that happen. But Dana Marie, thank you so much. And to our local forecasting experts, Jeremy included, we appreciate you today on Groundhog Day. All right, 6:10 now. Well, a photo circulating online claims the House of Representatives voted to ban words like mother, father, brother, and sister. After the break, we verify why that is not true.
We're talking to our local forecaster about our extended forecast. That's just me. I'll break it down for you.